Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at Amazon Basics 1500 watts escalating ceramic heater with adjustable thermostat. And here on the box we can see the weight and measurements, and on this side we can also see what to do and what not to do while you're using this heater. Now let's open it and see how this thing looks. Alright, so the first thing in the box, we do get a pretty large booklet, startup guide. There's quite a lot of pages. Probably a couple different languages as well. I will go over this in a little bit, but let's see how the actual heater looks. Let's put the box on the side. All right, first thing first, let's check the cord. So we do have a lot of warnings on the cord itself. Let me untangle and see how long it is. Seems to be pretty long. Let's see. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 feet long. So it's a pretty long cord, which I do like. And on this end, we only have 2 receptacles, so that's good. It doesn't have that 3-prong, which is always a plus. And now let's check the actual heater. Let me remove the plastic. Seems to be tied up to something. All right, here we go. All right, now let's check the button. On the left side, we do have the thermostat. They always recommend when you do start the heater to put it all the way up. Now, after a while, if you want to set it to the lower temperature setting, you can do that. This button is for escalation. If you wanted to move left and right, that's how you turn it on. On this side, we do have 3 settings. Now, when it's in this position, it means it's off. And then if we switch it, this is the fan mode. And then the first setting is the low heat, which uses 750 watts. And then if we do it on the high heat, it uses that full 1500 watts. Now let's keep it in off for now until we plug it in. And here we do have this nice mesh. This seems like it's metal. And let's check the back of it. We can see the actual fan. And here's some more specs on this. Alright, so before I forget, I wanted to tell you about this thing on the bottom. This is a tip over switch. So for example, if somebody would knock the heater off, it will shut off automatically. So this is meant for safety, and this is a really good thing to have. Alright, so I just plugged it in, and I was moving it left and right to adjust it towards the camera. And as I lifted, the tip over switch works immediately. So right away it's turned off just because I lifted it. And when I place it down, it turns back on. That's pretty cool. Alright, so the first thing before we turn it on is make sure the temperature setting is set all the way to max. So make sure it's all the way towards the plus sign. Now we're going to turn on the fan first, just to see how that works. And now we have just the fan mode. Now let's turn it on the first setting. Now next, let me turn on the escalation just to see how that works. That's pretty interesting, I like it. Now let's switch it to the high heat. I can definitely feel much bigger difference when I switched it. It feels so much hotter. Alright, so my first impression is extremely positive about this thing. It does what I was hoping for plus more. I like that tip over thing. That's quite amazing because you have no idea how many times I would knock over my fan by accident. So that's always good to have safety wise. Now I love the fact that you can adjust the thermostat, so you can go all the way to the max, so you can do it at 50% or you can do it at lower settings if you feel like it's too hot. Now the next thing I love is that it has those two heat levels, and I can already envision what I'm going to use that for. For example, if I have it on the table next to me, I'm on my computer in the morning, I'm gonna probably turn it on to that first heat level, which is 750 watts, because I can already tell at the second level the heat would be too much if you're 3 feet away from it. So it's kind of cool that it has that two different levels. So if I, for example, put it on that first level, it will keep me warm, but it won't be extremely hot, if that makes sense. Now, last thing that I love about this thing is the escalation. Honestly, I haven't seen that on many smaller heaters, so that's extremely cool thing to have. And it actually works really good. So once I turn that on, I could feel the heat blowing 2 feet to the left and 2 feet to the right of me, which is quite nice if you have multiple people in the room. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the small heater, and it's very budget friendly. Thank you guys for watching.